Hi, this is Benjamin Rolick, and I want to talk to you today about the science of getting everything that you want in your life. Because if you want to live a big life, if you want to accomplish amazing, extraordinary things in your life, you need to know how to do it. I had a soul lab last night, and I asked everybody, what is the recipe for accomplishing everything, not anything, everything that you want in your life? And what do you think happened? A lot of blanks. People had no freaking clue. And I thought to myself, isn't that pretty funny that we all want to live big lives in this world? We're all taught from children in order to be entrepreneurs, in order to accomplish great things, to live deeply from our souls and to live large. And yet none of us know how to do it. See, if I went into the kitchen and I tried to bake a lemon meringue pie and I had no idea how to bake a lemon meringue pie, I did not have the recipe for baking lemon meringue pies, how likely would it be that I would end up with a lemon meringue pie? See, I remember watching when I was younger, Tom and Jerry, and Tom was always trying to capture Jerry, and he never got Jerry. And Tom never had the recipe for getting Jerry. Now, I want you to accomplish what you want in your life. So I want you to have the recipe. So we're going to cover that right now. I remember when I was younger, I was driving through the hills with a nanny of mine, and I lived up in the hills, and I wanted to get to the destination of my home. But somewhere along the journey, I kind of got lost in the scenery and the sights, calling over Mulholland and seeing all of these beautiful things and thinking to myself, you know what? I kind of want to see what's around the bend. I don't really care about getting home. I want to see what's there. And eventually my nanny got a little frustrated with me and we ended up going straight back home. But in the wise words of George Harrison, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So the first step for getting anything that you want in your life is you have to know what you want. You have to know the what. The what of what you want. Now, see, what happens is once you know what you want, you've got your big, outrageous, audacious goal and dream. Now, all of a sudden, you've got a destination. And if you know that you're here, then what does this look like? Oh my goodness, it looks like a map. See, most people get this part. They understand the what of achievement. They get that. And then once they have the what of achievement, they got their destination here. What happens next? They get really excited because they know basic geometry and they go, oh my God, point A, point B. There's a line that connects these two things. Oh my goodness. They get a direction in their life. That's amazing. But see, there's a problem with all of this because once you have the what, the next most obvious step that most people take is they go for how. I know what I want. Now I'm going to go for how do I get it? So they start making all of these to-do list items. They start telling all of their friends. They start taking the journey. They start here and they go from this next step and then to this next step and then to the step after towards this mountain of achievement, their big audacious goal. But then what happens along the journey? They end up crossing off some to-do list items, but more get added. They cross off more and more and more and more and more get added. And it's just this non-stop rising tide and this little pea of a mountain that looks so attractive from over here becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and more and more impossible, and it stops them. This is why most people never achieve their vision. This is why most people never get what they want in life, because they stop along the journey. And this is why. Because the more you think of how, the less you think of when. Now, the more you think of how, the less you think of when. Now, the less you think of now. The less you think of, I want to do this now because it's exciting to me. And the more you think of, oh shoot, I just have more to-do list items that I need to complete. And that's frustrating. It feels like a burden. You carry it on your back, and then all you can think about is not this lofty destination and this big vision, this big goal that you have for your life, but how much you want to quit and how painful and miserable your life is. But there's something missing from the equation, because let's just say you wanted to bake this lemon meringue pie, but you were missing lemons. How well would that work? Let's just say that you wanted to bake your lemon meringue pie, but you were missing eggs, the binding force. How well would that work? It wouldn't work very well. So you've got the what and you've got the how, but there's something missing here, which is the why. Why are you doing all of this? You see, the why is what connects your action to a purpose. And the problem is, if you keep taking all of these steps of how, you keep checking off all these to-do list items and adding more, you're not connected to your why. Then, without a purpose, people perish. So you've got now the science of achievement. Amazing. You've got what do I want? You got how am I going to get it? And you've got why do I want it? But there's something missing with this picture. Do you see it? Do you see what's missing? What, how, and why. Let me put it in a different context. So, if I'm about to go on a first date with a beautiful woman who I've never met before, and I'm really excited, and she's over there, she's sitting down at the restaurant, I've never met her before, but I've seen her photo before, so I kind of know what she looks like, and I go and I walk over to her, and before I even sit down, I just reach right in and I give her a big kiss with tongue and everything. What's going to happen? Am I going to get pain or pleasure? Probably a lot of pain. She's probably going to slap me in the face. She's probably going to leave. If she's into it, then maybe she's not the right girl anyways. I don't know. And for women, right, if you end up going to bed with somebody, you end up having sex with them before you get a commitment, do you end up having pain or pleasure? Normally, pain. Because the guy gets in cheap, and you didn't get your commitment first, and he thought, oh, well, that's the deal. We could just have fun here, and that wasn't what you expected. So I want to give you a word, and the word is syntax, if you can read my writing here. And syntax is the order of operations in which we do things in. So here we have what, how, and why. But there's a problem here, because anytime we put a how before a why, we get massive amounts of pain. We fall under the tyranny of how. All we think about are all the things we should be doing. We should be doing this. We should be doing that. We should be driving faster. We should be getting there faster. We should be going directly and not any other direction and not taking any sort of detours. But the problem with that is that when there's a why, there's always a way. When there's a why, there's always a how. And we don't get caught up in the exhaustion of shoulds. We don't get caught up in the exhaustion of the tyranny of how. Because ultimately, is there just one way to accomplish your dream in life? Is there just one way to get to this ultimate destination that you have for yourself? Just one way to get there? No. There's so many ways that you could get there. And if you have a strong enough why, you will. But if all you're thinking about are all the to-do list items that you have to accomplish, it will become a drag very fast. You'll start going through the motions, and then eventually you'll burn out and you'll give up and you'll be exhausted. Or if you keep going, you'll want to fucking kill yourself. See, if you must, you will. But if you should, you won't. Because should is all the hows. Should is all of the things that you think that you should do to accomplish your goals. It's all the logical, linear things that get you from point A to point B that you think you should be a bit smarter here. You think you should be a bit more elaborate in your explanations. You think you should be a bit more speedy, a bit more direct. Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. It depends on what your goal is. But ultimately, if you've got a strong enough why, if you've got a strong enough driving force within you to lead you towards what you want to accomplish in the first place, you will always find a way. You must do it. There is nothing that will hold you back and keep you from achieving that thing in your life. Now, ultimately, what I want you to do is I want you to dream. I want you to dream big, audaciously. I want you to set this destination high for yourself, high enough that it excites you, high enough that it elevates you to do great things in your life. And then I want you to declare it. I want you to own it. I want you to own why you're doing this. I want you to feel that and integrate that into your body. Because if you feel it so fully and completely, it will drive you. It will exhilarate you. Every step along the journey will feel like it's adding more passion to your life, not taking away your energy and feeling like you're grinding your soul down just to accomplish a stupid freaking goal. Because as you get closer and closer, it feels farther and farther away. That's how life works. It doesn't just, you declare it and boom, it happens. You declare it, you gotta work towards it. You gotta move towards it. And you don't have the tenacity, you don't have the purpose that keeps you there. You're gonna give up real fast, real easily. And I don't want you to let go of your dreams. Because your dreams are important. The world doesn't need more people doing what they should be doing. We have enough of that. We need more people who are asking themselves what makes them come fully alive. Because what the world needs now is aliveness. That needs vivacity. It needs power from a place of love, from a place of true passion and authenticity and integrity. And you have the opportunity to live that. But first you have to dream it, and then you've got to declare it. That's your why. And integrate that why. And then the next step is really easy. It's the easiest step of all, and yet it's the step that most of us continuously obsess about, which keeps us from realizing our vision in the first place. Deliver it. This is the why, if I can learn how to spell. Sorry, that's the how. So we got to dream it, declare it, and deliver it. So the science of achievement for getting anything and everything that you want in your life is really simple. Know what you want. Know why you want it and integrate that why. Connect to it. And there are ways to do that. We could talk about that in other sessions. And then finally, you can think of how to do it. How you're going to get there. But don't let your how supersede your why. Otherwise, you will quit. It will be exhausting for you. So I'd love to hear from you what you want, why you want it, and how you're going to get it. Knowing that you can remain flexible with the how, but if you've got a strong enough why, will you do it or not? Will you do it if you've got a strong enough why that's driving you from the depth of your soul, when it's connected to mission, when it's connected to purpose, when it's connected to who you are? You will if you must. You won't if you should. And shoulds are all the hows. So get out of the tyranny of how. Today, do it. Delete your to-do list. Just delete it. Get rid of it. Rip it up. Connect to purpose. And then recreate your direction. And you'll think you'll find yourself much more exhilarated by what you're bringing into your life. So I'd love to hear from you. What do you want? Why do you want it? And how are you going to get it? Much love and many blessings. I wish you a beautiful and wonderful day today.